Hello and welcome to New Junction. In this episode, what we're going to do is put a semaphore signal in so that these trains know when the line is clear. The signal in question is a Dapol semaphore in the LMS fashion. This requires two things to work. One is a 16 volt supply, which is going to be this gauge master supply, accessory supply, and one of these switches, which is a push to make switch, as it's known. You need these as the motor in there can't have a constant supply of electricity. Let's dig them out of the boxes. So here we are, all unboxed. Now, wiring for these is actually extremely simple. The signal itself has 4 wires coming out of it. The red and black are your power wires, which go into your 16 volt supply. And the 2 yellow wires go to the switch. Simple as that. So what I'm going to do now is put the mount the signal in this hole, which is one I've made earlier, and see if I can wire it up. Hopefully it works. Catch you in a bit. So I need to extend the wires, so with the black and red wire, just take the end off, lightly pull it off, there we go, leaves a clean cut. What we'll do is we'll attach that to the power box. I'll just screw that in there, and then, as if by magic, here's the opposing one, ready to go, which will go in the opposite side. Just put my hand in the way of the camera while I screw that in. All I use for that is literally, you guessed it, a tiny screwdriver. There we go. Let's plug it in and see if it works. All that's left to do now is take this switch and then attach the 2 yellow wires to it, and all being well, it should work like a charm. we go, that's one end soldered. Let that cool off and then we'll solder the other side. Here we go. What I tend to do is if you just manage to hook it round for a second, all you need to do is touch it briefly with the soldering iron. And away we go. So if I place the soldering iron just in front, there we go. That's all it takes. Simple as that. Here's an interesting one. I was hoping to show you it all working in all fancy and whatnot, but as soon as it goes in the baseboard and vertical, it stops working. What I've done is I've taken it apart, and there's a little motor in this bit which appears, it uses itself to screw up on the inside, which raises the semaphore and lowers it. So far there's a little screw in the motor housing which I've taken off just in case it's too tight, which is this tiny little screw just there. It seems to be more responsive now, but still when it goes in the baseboard it stops working. So this is what it should be doing. So see, it works fine. Push it down, nothing. Push it back up a bit, still nothing. Up a bit more, it starts working again. What I'm going to do is try and widen the hole in the baseboard just to see if it's any pressure on the actual motor housing. I'm going to do that and we'll be right back. Just to try and show you what I think is going wrong, this is the bottom end of the signal open. Obviously you've got your chip, the green chip at the bottom. The motor is actually the silver bit, and what it does is it screws up and down, and there's two little plastic grommets, which I don't know if you can quite see while I'm causing a shadow, just at the top there. And what they do is when you press the switch, it pushes up on the spring, which then lowers or raises the signal. And what I think is happening, for some reason, when the body is in the baseboard hole, it must be catching and stopping the grommet screwing up and down properly. So let's see if making the hole bigger makes any difference. Right, I can safely say I think we found the problem. The motor housing that goes through the baseboard is extremely sensitive to even the tiniest bit of pressure. I can safely say that the 14mm hole that it recommends is not big enough, in this case anyway. And front to back as you're looking, so from the front to the back, the hole is nearly a third bigger to take the pressure off the motor housing. And even the grommet you have to screw on to attach to the underside of this bit on the underside of the baseboard, I've had to take that off because even that stops it working. But safe to say I can glue the top half in, and with no pressure it works quite well now. But I get plenty of comments asking why I don't do more soldering and electrics videos, and about my DCC or anything to do with that. And I think we found out why. So I'm either doomed to fail or terrible at it. I'll let you decide which. But as ever, thank you for watching, and I hope this was of interest to someone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.